Really well. So we're going to take you through the rosters very quickly, and then the teams are going to have their anthems. So I'm going to take you through the roster for Team Poland. We have 1-0 Harshmellow, 1-0-1-3 Hellstalk, 1-5 Pinkie Pie, 1-6-1-8 Gelbert, 1-7 Jolly Berry, 1-8 Lunatic Lime, number 2 Kulchika, 2-0 Polish Princess, 2-8-6 Cruella de Snow, 3-3 Axe, 4-4 Smashing Shimmy, 5-0 Jatka, 7-2 Dracaris, 7-6-5 Sneaker Freaka, and 8-0-0 Catastrophe.
Y para Puerto Rico tenemos la 1220 Black and Blue G, 256 Heavy Machinery, 28 Canela Fina, 29-12 la Princesa Boricua, 32 Manik Mahem, 33 Chichi, 333 Chirachacha, 337 Agenda, 34 Bessie, 375 Commander Cupcake, el 4 Hail Explosive, 428 Freaking Ricken, 525 Effie Bomber, 843 Spider y 98 Pure Nightmare.
I think we can all agree that you sound infinitely cooler than me just by virtue of the fact that you are bilingual. So we are going to be doing bilingual jams today, which is a little bit of a misnomer, because when we say we're doing bilingual jams, it means that I will just be speaking English and you will be speaking in Spanish, but then you'll also be speaking English during the English jams, which means that you will hopefully, if the statistics work out, speak 75% of the time. I will only speak 25% of the time. The people at home will be grateful for that. Let's see if it actually works out, because we know I can yap for England. So we're going to do, alternate jams, essentially. We'll start. Should we start off in Spanish? I feel like we don't always start off. Let's do that. But we are just waiting for anthems, I think. It's going to be a bit squeaky because we've only got a minute and a half till Derby. Let's tell you about these teams so far at the World Cup. This is the second game for both these teams. They each had a game yesterday. Yesterday, Poland played Switzerland. I was privileged to do that call as well. Switzerland winning 402-35 for Poland. And Italy versus Puerto Rico was 350 for Italy and 29 for Puerto Rico. So hopefully we will have a little bit of a tighter match today. Like it's always the case in the earlier stages of the World Cup, no matter what tournament structure we use, that there are those games with those bigger differentials. And today on the other tracks, we have seen some really close games. Did you watch either of these teams yesterday? Because I announced for Poland, so I feel like I've gotten to know them a little bit. I've not seen Puerto Rico yet.
No, me neither.
I think it's worth pointing out for interest that actually I'm pretty sure every skater on Team Puerto Rico obviously has Puerto Rican heritage, but they're all US-based skaters. I believe that's what the information we've been given. Yeah, we've got skaters on Team Puerto Rico from Ohio, Florida, Tampa, Vegas, Sacramento, Boston. We've got a real breadth there. They are a satellite team. That's how they kind of refer to themselves, or as a diaspora team. We've got a lot of teams from different diasporas and borderless teams here at the World Cup, which is lovely. And Team Poland have talked about the fact that there's not a huge amount of roller derby in their country, so a great opportunity here to develop on the world stage. Off we go with Freaking Rican and Sneaker Freaka, and you're going to take over in Spanish.
Sí, lo voy a hacer en español. Ya empezamos con el primer jam de ese partido de Poland contra Puerto Rico. Y Puerto Rico tomó el primer lead de este partido. Freaking ya está entrando en su scoring pass. Mientras del lado de Team Poland están peleando todavía para pasar su initial pass. Los 4 primeros puntos para Puerto Rico. Puerto Rico en el exterior. Ya se está peleando con la defensa de Poland. Poland en este momento ya está pasando un star pass. Pero Puerto Rico ya terminó este jam.
Yeah, great star pass there to Hellstalk in the dying seconds of that jam. Hellstalk did a absolute shift as a pivot for Poland yesterday. And Freakin' Rican was, I believe, the high scorer for Team Puerto Rico in yesterday's game. Jolly Berry lining up with the star for Puerto Rico up against Sriracha Cha, which is...
Sriracha Cha.
Sriracha Cha. That is a wonderful name. Although I feel like my favourite name at the tournament so far is Tits and Acid. I just laughed my little head off. Off we go with Jolly Berry with 4 to beat at the front. Puerto Rico locking down a very strong defensive structure, but we have Sriracha Cha taken it down by Cruella de Snow, raising her hand as if to say, yes, it was me. Follow me back. And we're going in the wrong way. My English is not going well for my first language. No lead yet established, and we are 40 seconds into this jam. Just as I say that, Sriracha picks up lead for Puerto Rico. The Sisu mouth guards penalty box proving a popular place to be this jam. We've had 3 or 4 penalties in already. Sriracha Cha on a second, completing the second scoring pass for Puerto Rico. And now a star pass off to number 15. That is Pinkie Pie. Oh no, I'm lying. Pinkie Pie is coming back into the pack. So I don't know if that was a star pass that was incorrectly completed, so had to be re-established. Good thing I'm not a referee. There, oh, and now that's because we had a back block called on Jolly Berry, the jammer for Team Poland. So she is in the Sisu guards penalty box. We have a power jam for Sriracha Cha and Puerto Rico. Allenda coming in for some offense. And Sriracha Cha picks up 3 on that last pass, 1 no-earned pass, 1 player which didn't earn the pass. Oh, monster jam. How do you say monster jam in Spanish? Or big jam?
En jam enorme.
Jam enorme.
Gigante.
Gigante. I like that. Gigante.
Vamos por eso.
Right.
25 Puerto Rico. Todavía estamos esperando a los puntos de Polandia.
Do we have a name for power start in Spanish, or is it just power start?
Yep. Inicio.
Yeah.
Power start.
Yeah.
Como... Yeah, power start.
Okay, so that's what we have right now.
De la Sisu penalty guard ya salió Jolly Berry. Así que está intentando pasar a la defensa de Puerto Rico. Pero estamos viendo del otro lado. El jammer de Puerto Rico está mandando a la cárcel de Sisu. Grab, penalty box, 3 bloqueadores, 2 bloqueadores, 1 jammer en esta penalty box. Eso significa que la jammer de Poland ya va a tener todo el espacio para intentar poner sus puntos. El interior por Poland, Jolly Berry, que está confrontando en la defensa de Puerto Rico. Esos triángulos ya están firmes, fuertes y no la dejan pasar. Se está saliendo de la cárcel el jammer de Puerto Rico. Con toda la fuerza va a intentar reponer sus puntos. Y ahora... Sí, puso sus puntos.
Great turn of speed there from Effie Bonga, who just absolutely snuck in to pick up those last 4. And that was Poland's. That was quite an exciting jam because that was Poland's first lead, I believe. My wonderful producer Maeve just telling me I've got that right. But they got it out of the penalty box. So excitement all round. Lunatic Lime lining up now for Puerto Rico, not Puerto Rico, Poland. I recognise her because she wore these amazing leopard print shorts yesterday as well. And we have Bessie for Puerto Rico. 1 light in the pack for Poland as we have a Polish blocker in the box. And it's a second consecutive lead for Team Poland. We've got some air horns going in the audience, even though they've specifically been told no instruments. But we can't control the good people here in Innsbruck. They're very excited to see this game. It's not our job to take their music off them. Big backward slide there from Bessie. That's just styling it out. So 4-3 on the jam, and we've got one of my favorite score types. We've got a double palindrome.
33-11.
Oh, do you know what? I have to have some excitement in my life, and it's double palindrome scores. I can't help it. It's who I am. Freaking Rican and Sneaker Freaker. What a combo.
Wow.
What a combo. Lining up now. Sneaker Freaker put an absolute shift in yesterday. Let's see her go to work.
Vamos. Polendia que tomó el lead por el interior. Freaker que está seguido muy cerca por freaking.
Did you just say freaky? That's I think that's possibly my favorite thing to happen today. And I called the Argentina-Sweden game, so if you know, you know. But I love a good jam and name matchup. I like to think that they did that deliberately. Sriracha.
Jolly.
Yoli Berry. I don't know if it's Jolly Berry or Yoli Berry, but she certainly is very jolly, so that suits. 5 sets of wheels per team on the track, but it is Sriracha that picks up lead for Puerto Rico. Puerto Rico, of course, if you're just joining us, playing in white, Poland in red with white accents. Jolly Berry clears the initial. Got a nice shot on your screen there. Big shoulder hit thrown in there from Manic Mayhem. Maeve, I'm just talking to our wonderful producer here. We had a big jam initially, didn't we? We did. We had, 19 points? Yeah. And then since then, it's been pretty nickel and dime. Yeah, 8 points, 4 points. So interesting to see both teams settling now. Are we in a Spanish jam or an English jam now? I've lost my way.
Don't worry, no pasó nada. El 18 de Poland. El 52 de Puerto Rico, que tomó esa ventaja a su favor. Afi Bomber 525. Polandia también que está tomando su turno y que va a empezar su scoring pass. Pero el jammer de Puerto Rico ya la vio y terminó ese jam. 4 nuevos puntos para Puerto Rico. Estamos a 41-12.
Yeah, so a reasonably big differential, but nothing that we can't see make up. I mean, you've only got to talk about Team Wales this weekend to know that these differentials get a bit stretched and then they get really, really close. So, Bessie and Sneaker Freaker. Bessie displaying these wonderful cow print shorts. I'm slightly obsessed with them. And I don't know if that's because Bessie is a popular cow's name. It certainly is in Britain, but I don't know if that's the same in Puerto Rican culture. So I've got to find that out somehow. Bessie is lead. You see her completing that scoring pass on your screens. Sneaker Freaker, big hit out and drawback, courtesy once again of Manic Mayhem, who picks up a penalty for her trouble. She heads to the CC Mouthguards penalty box. Lovely tripod work here from Team Poland, and a nice little hop and a skip over the apex for Bessie.
Puerto Rico que ya hizo su starting pass. Star Pass, ya sus nuevos puntos para Puerto Rico. La su World Penalty Box ya se está vaciando poco a poco. Todos están regresando en la pista. Así que eso.
Yeah, nice star pass there once again to Hellstalk. Incidentally, like Hellstalk has been really standout for me for Poland, and I know that she skates with Antwerp Roller Derby in Belgium as of quite recently, and they are a really, really strong team in the WFTDA, so it's no wonder that she's been really holding the fort down for Team Poland. Shall we, controversially, like, I liked what we did there. I like that I spoke in English and you spoke in Spanish in the same jam. Should we just do that for a bit? Yeah, because I don't like
to catch
not hearing your voice,
okay.
And I wish to hear it more. So we have Freakin' Rican for lead jammer for Puerto Rico. Jolly Berry out again. Poland seem to be running a slightly shorter jammer rotation today than yesterday.
Por el interior, la defensa de Puerto Rico que ya está aguantando bastante bien esta jammer de Polandia. Esa pared, esos bloqueadores que ya intentan dejarla. Ya pasó la 428 de Puerto Rico. Mucha agilidad, mucha velocidad.
And a nice star pass here to Jakta on Team Poland. I really like how much Poland are using these star passes now to shut down the scoring runs. Great use of that technique. 4 leads in a row now for Puerto Rico. And we are going into jam number 10. So I don't know what their overall lead status is, but the last few jams, they've certainly hit a streak. Sriracha lining up against Lunatic Lime. Oh, lime and Sriracha.
Eso
that's
pica.
That's a party.
Eso pica.
I can't do spice or flavour. I'm British. Ketchup's about the limit for me. But I can deal with these two beautiful jammers going to work on the outside line as Sriracha for lead status.
Por la quinta vez Sriracha tomó sus leads. El Apex que sí funcionó. No funcionó. Está reciclada por la número 1013 de Polandia.
Out of play block called on number 2-8 of Puerto Rico. That's Ganela Fina. So Puerto Rico a little lighter in defence now against Lunatic Lime. Lovely 2-ball set up though at the back of that pack. Ags coming in for some offence.
Sí, bloqueador número 2 de Poland ya está mandando a la Sisugo penalty box por un multiplayer. Pero eso no dio miedo a la 18 de Polandia y pasó. Pero no tuvo oportunidad de tomar sus puntos todavía.
And that's 100% lead status for Sriracha. So doing a fine bit of work there for Team Puerto Rico.
70 Puerto Rico, 15 Team Poland.
But do you know what? It's one of those games where obviously Puerto Rico is out in front, 70 points, Poland at 15. Doesn't feel like it's that much of a differential. Like I'm really liking Poland's kind of communication on track when they're dropping back into defense. I think the Puerto Rican jammers are a little bit feistier and faster off the jam line. Just as I say that goes, Sneaker Freaka goes, that's very rude, actually. I think you'll find I'm very fast and very feisty. So Sneaker Freaka is lead. Effie Bomber less than a quarter of a track behind. We are speeding up.
Ese track va muy rápido. Ese pared ya se están aplaudiendo.
And 2 points going up a piece. I love that little shot of the jam refs. One throwing a peace sign, one throwing a rock sign. And that is the two sides of roller derby, basically. Peace and rock and roll.
Bessie, Puerto Rico, Jolly Berry, Team Poland. Tenemos un bloqueador en la Sisugo penalty box por Puerto Rico, así que Poland ya tiene ese beneficio de estar completo.
Bessie on a run on the outside. Nice hold back there temporarily. I think that was Harshmellow once again. But Bessie is lead for Puerto Rico. Yoliberi clearing the initial. That's interesting. I wonder why. I mean, what I would like to see, and I'm very, very conscious that this is my personal opinion. I'm not a sideline coach. I'd really like to see Puerto Rico running these jams a little bit longer. I want to see what their offense can do. I want to see what the Polish defense can do a bit more on those multi-passes. But listen, it's not my job.
Yeah.
I just have opinions. I have opinions. Not everyone likes them.
Sí, yo también quiero ver eso. Y también quiero ver más impactos largos en el largo de la pista también. A ver qué nos van a dar de regalo o no. ¿Quién pasó? Pues es Rican por Puerto Rico. Seguido muy cerca por Lunatic Climb.
Again, a really, really fast jam. 2 points added to Puerto Rico's total.
77-17.
I'm loving this for Poland because, you know, I really, really enjoyed watching them yesterday. But Switzerland had, it was kind of the opposite game yesterday. Switzerland's jammers absolutely just ran those jams long, like multi-point passes, 12 points, 16 points. You know, enjoying every inch of that track time that they could. Puerto Rico playing a little bit more conservatively with the scores, and it's allowing a different style of gameplay to emerge, which I'm really into. Sriracha tries the shirt whip off their teammate Agenda, but I thought I saw somebody go into box. Don't think it's. Who is that in the box for Puerto Rico? Can we see? Is that Agenda?
Yo creo que sí. Vamos a verlo.
In the meantime, Sriracha is lead. Sneaker Freaker with the Star Stash is out of the pack. Sriracha tries the apex. Doesn't quite land it smoothly, but lands it enough to pick up the 1 point.
Sí, Puerto Rico ganó su punto.
Oh, excellent intel from Mary Chaos. I should have known you would know something about this because Chaos knows everybody who is everybody in roller derby. And I'm presuming you're watching from home, Chaos. Hi. So Chaos has told me that Bessie is born in the Midwest where there are a lot of cows, hence the cow shorts. I'm so into that as a fun fact. I'm devastated that wasn't on Puerto Rico's fact sheet. This is the stuff the people want to know.
Obvio queremos saber eso. Mientras estamos perdiendo el juego, ¿qué está pasando? La 28 está bloqueando la 17 de Team Poland. Team Poland que intenta sacarse de ese pack.
We have a power jam situation for Team Poland right now. Effie Bomber is in the Sisu mouthguard's penalty box. And I've just seen one of the photographers crouch down to get a photo, which is like 100% legitimate, right? You're here to do your job. But also, how ice cold is it? And look, he's going to have a great photo opportunity now as Yoli Berry is sitting in the Sisu mouthguard's penalty box. So that photographer's like, quick.
Es mi tiempo, lo hago ahora, sudando.
So that's mean we've got a 2-minute jam on our hands, folks, which is what I wanted, wasn't it? I wanted longer jams. Ask and I apparently shall receive. Didn't know I had that kind of power.
Vamos a ir a los 2 minutos, sí.
So no, both jammers clear now because, of course, the jammers will not have sat the full 30 seconds. They'll have only sat the same time each. And I think Effie had been in there for about 10 seconds when Jolly Berry sat.
Mientras la 33 de Team Poland está mandando a la Sisu penalty box. Ya se están peleando del otro lado del track.
I love that little duck from Jolly Berry underneath her teammates' arms to get through. Poland seeming to favour this chest blocking style of positioning themselves in front of the jammer. And actually, I think Puerto Rico favouring this more recent tendency to put your backs on the jammer. So I think that's what's working well for them in defence.
Sí, así es. Creo que es para empujar más cuando ya está llegando.
Yeah.
Y
I understood something of what you said there because you did some really great sign language for me. That's made it just looked like you were pushing over a small child. So I can only assume that you were saying that it's like doing more pushing power.
Yep.
Yeah. See, I can learn some Spanish on the fly. Every day's a school day.
Aquí tenemos a un team timeout.
Oh, if we're in a team timeout, that is a great opportunity for me to talk to you about Crash Course. Crash Course with a K, very key. Helps busy roller derby athletes increase strength, endurance and agility, conquer self-doubt and create the habits of high performers to become all-stars and MVPs on the track and in life. Want to make 2-minute jams feel easy? Visit chrissycrash.com to download the free off-skates roller derby training series. Life is a contact sport. Win. I would like to say 2 things. Firstly, major shout out to Chrissy Crash because I follow her on Instagram. I've got some of her resources. She's super generous with her time and her energy and her knowledge. And I, like, on a personal note, like, I know some people who have done Crash Course and they absolutely love it. So really, really happy to have her sponsor us. Very grateful. And secondly, the question, want to make 2-minute jams feel easy? All I would say to you is become a blocker. It's much easier, like, in my experience, to not be doing the jamming during those periods of time.
Eso lo tienen que experimentar y ya verán. En la Sisugwa penalty box tenemos a los 2 pivots de las 2 equipos.
No pivots on the track as we head into jam 16 of this first half. Lunatic Lime and Bessie. And look at Poland going for this tripod. Okay, Poland. Get that tripod. Yes, loving this. Okay, to be fair, Bessie then breaks the tripod, but I love that. I love that really classic defense there from the Polish squad.
Eso fue muy suave, muy lento. Se veía casi como un replay.
Lento is slow, right? But
yep.
Slower, yeah. So Lunatic Lime now out on a scoring position now. Oh, and Bessie is headed to the Sisu Guards penalty box. So you know what we've got? A 2-minute jam. 2 minutos.
Eso significa que tenemos un power jam para Team Poland. Team Poland que va a intentar ya sacarse de aquí para encontrarse un lugar para tener sus puntos. Ahí está empujando, pero tiene una manera de empujar muy suave. Como que se ve muy bonito.
I'd really like to shout out Catastrophe on Team Poland because both yesterday and today I've really noticed that, particularly in offensive situations like a power jam, they are really proactive, going in right away, getting in as a decent position. And so I think some great derby brainage going on. Bessie out on track and not a lot of opposition because the Sisu Guards penalty box is a popular place to be. Right now, 2 for Team Poland sitting, 1 having just returned. 10 seconds on this power jam now expired clock.
Catastrophe que está haciendo un trabajo increíble también de reciclaje constante de los jammers de Team Puerto Rico.
Yeah, really great power jam kill there by Puerto Rico. 8 on the board for Puerto Rico, but 7 for Poland, which is amazing. Takes their total to 24. Puerto Rico tickling that first century at 96. And that's the first time that Team Poland have scored in 5 jams.
7 puntos para Team Poland.
Yeah, and only the second time they've scored in 7 jams. So that must feel fantastic. Freakin' Rican and Sneaker Freak are my favorite combo of the day. Let's go, freak people. That's what I say. Pack really stretched going into turn 1. Freakin' Rican with 1 to beat does so. Picks up lead for Puerto Rico.
Team Poland que ya está pasando también su initial pass. ¿Qué está pasando del otro lado de la pista? Otra vez. Freaking Rican se va a la Sisugwa penalty box.
Like treats or kittens or something in that Sisu Guards penalty box because it is the place to be right now. We have Sneaker Freaker on a power jam for Team Poland, but with only 2 of her teammates on track, it's going to be a hard go around for the Polish jammer.
La Sisugwa penalty box se está vaciando. Team Poland que está recuperando a sus bloqueadores. Uy, el impacte. Y otra vez se va directo a la Sisugwa penalty box por un forearm. Sí, lo vi.
I want that on a t-shirt. Uy, el impacte. That's my merch. That's what I want.
Okay, I will own a brand.
So Freakin' Rican now out of the box. Sneaker Freaker with 4 on the jam. This is the third. That was the third jam or penalty in as many jams for Puerto Rico. So it is getting a little spicy here on the Joker Floors track.
Estamos llegando a los 100 puntos para Team Puerto Rico, 32 para Team Poland.
I know you guys can't see it at home, but a fly keeps landing on our screen, and I keep thinking someone's knee pad has come off. So if a knee pad does come off and I don't notice it, it's probably because I've assumed it's the fly. Oh, lovely lateral cut in there from Freakin' Rican.
Ya es el fin de este jam. 8 puntos, Team Poland, 12 para Team Puerto Rico. Es el jam que tuvo más puntos.
That is also the biggest jam for Poland since Jam 3, where they also scored 8 points. So really, really great work. 12 for Puerto Rico. Oh, and we're in official review time. Always very exciting. We will have one of our lovely house announcers or somebody tell us what it is. Shall we talk to the good people at home about our sponsors? Because we have so many.
Yep.
Like so many people in the
it.
community have been amazingly generous.
The Scissor Grab penalty box. Refer to the penalty box at the Scissor Grab penalty box. We have the Scissor Grab penalty box.
Yeah, we'd also like to give a shout out to, who shall we shout out? I'd like to shout out Hellbow Skating. They're a European leader for roller derby team uniform jerseys and leggings, which are made in France, and they're available at myrollerderby.com. Right, your turn. Who do you want to pick? We literally have about 20 sponsors, so it's like it's like a raffle for who we want to pick.
Innsbruck Tourism wishes you an unforgettable stay during the Roller Derby World Cup 2025. Visit innsbruck.info to explore what this Oberalpine region has to offer. From world-class sport to sightseeing and rich history, Innsbruck has everything your heart desires.
I mean, I'll tell you, I would say that is correct. They have everything my heart desires except for one thing, and that one thing is better air conditioning, because it is like, you know, who needs to go to the Caribbean, who needs to go to anywhere on earth with sun when you could come to the Olympia World in Innsbruck. But on a serious note, this venue is unreal. And Innsbruck, like the Fearless Bruisers, the host league, have put such an incredible effort into getting this venue set up for some world-class roller derby. We're really grateful. One more quick shout out before this comes to an end. I'd like to shout out, do you know what? I'm going to shout out S1, who are the official protective gear of the Roller Derby World Cup. They're durable, functional and stable. You can check them out at s1helmets.com.
Ok, estamos de regreso con el partido de Puerto Rico, Team Poland 108, Puerto Rico 35, Team Poland. Estamos con Jolly Berry, la 17 de Team Poland, y Sriracha, la 300. Oh, sí, Sriracha 333.
Yeah, that's Sriracha keeping her 100% lead status for this game. Really great effort there from the Puerto Rican jammer. And some great draw. I feel like I've said Ahenda's name a couple of times. She is just really fantastic on those recycles for Puerto Rico, holding Yoli Berry in the back very convincingly.
Ese trabajo también de Agenda que está reciclando al jammer de Team Poland. No es la primera vez que lo hace, así que lo estoy diciendo porque se ve bonito igual. Otros puntos para Team Puerto Rico.
Oh, and that was one of those moments where you feel the hit from, that was, I'm just making sure I shout out the correct person, Haley Explosive on Holly Berry, who is showing just amazing tenacity in this jam, keeping going, keeping grinding away. No points for Poland in that jam, but 9 for Puerto Rico. We are 117 to 35. And a reminder, if you're joining us, that Puerto Rico are playing in white, Poland are playing in red with white accents. We have just under 3 minutes to go in this half.
Yep. Así es.
And you know what? Poland will be very pleased because they've already met their score that they got against Switzerland yesterday, and this is only the first half. So really wonderful work there from the Polish team. Lunatic Lime having some trouble in the back of the pack.
Mientras en la Sisugo penalty box está llenando del pivot de Puerto Rico. Alguien se va a la cárcel por un cutting. Otro bloqueador de Team Poland. Uy, ¿qué estamos viendo ahora?
Effie Bomber is off to the Sisu Mouthguard's penalty box for a forearm. She did not look particularly happy about it, but I think the officials there are lovely. So, no, it's now a power jam for Lunatic Lime. And Puerto Rico losing 3-7-5. That's Cupcake to the box. So a bit of an opportunity here for Lunatic Lime, who puts up 4 for Team Poland. Team Poland now swarming around Puerto Rico. Effie Bomber flying out the box, had points in the pocket, now collects them. 4 on the jam, 8 on the jam for Poland so far. Lunatic Lime absolutely slicing past a couple of Puerto Rico's blockers.
Uy, otra vez en la cárcel el pivot de Team Poland.
I'm liking this kind of slower, cloggier style of play we're seeing now. It feels like Poland in particular has found their feet a bit more. I'd like to see them take up, clean up that space in the pack. You know, they don't need to go as far up, which is not a criticism; it's an observation.
Hay mucho espacio entre las líneas y si no toman esa oportunidad de pasar, pues sí va a ser más complicado.
But I just love the way that Poland is starting to get their walls together a little bit. I think Puerto Rico have had some very strong 2 walls, and that has enabled them to get their jammers out a bit faster because they can afford to send someone up on offense even when they're down on track. As we are now, we've got an advantage for Puerto Rico, 3 versus 2 on track, as Bessie takes the star for Puerto Rico. Great hold back here from Poland. Lovely work. Oh, look at this. Really fantastic work there from, I'm pretty sure that is Hellstalk, yeah. And Sneaker Freaker through on the initial now for Poland.
La Sisugo penalty box se está vaciando, pero creo que no se va a vaciar suficientemente antes de la intermisión. Eso significa que vamos a empezar la próxima parte con 2 con 2 bloqueadores en la penalty box.
Sure. Great. So that brings us to intermission. Do refresh your beverages if you're watching from home. Do check out both these teams on social media. They probably still have fundraising links that you could contribute to. Or join us over on Roller Derby social media. Give us your thoughts, opinions, feelings, and fun facts, and we will see you back here in about 14 minutes.
Nos vemos.
The S1 Pro knee pad is built to last and perform, blending highly durable fabrics and materials into an innovative design with exceptional craftsmanship. We use a very tough, military-grade ballistic nylon for the outer shell material. We triple-stitched every seam to prevent blowouts and reinforced all of the straps with additional stitching. Our top straps are made with a high-retention elastic that minimizes excessive stretching and incorporates a length adjustment system to allow you to lengthen or shorten the top strap. The inner knee cup mold is streamlined and deep-fitting and features a 4-tiered foam system combining varying densities of foam with shock-dispersing foam to achieve both shock reduction and comfort on impact. The inner foam layer is a high-rebound memory foam which absorbs shock and molds to your knee on impact, stabilizing the knee, helping to prevent slippage. Our kneecap has a flat surface that supports stability on impact and is made with a high abrasion polycarbonate plastic for durability. The S1 Pro knee pad. Stability, durability, functionality.
of Sisu is wearing a mouth guard is cool. Say the word. Sisu! Second rule of Sisu is use a thin mouth guard, not a big old gummy one. Say the word. Sisu! Third rule, pick your Sisu style. Fourth rule, talk, breathe, drink easily. Sisu, Sisu, Sisu! The final rule of Sisu is, unlike others, you got up to 20 times to remove it. Who's got Sisu? Sisu!
They call it a sport, but we know better. It's a symphony of dedication, grit, and heart. Tuned to one another in a composition of chaos on a stage built for progress. Athlete-driven innovation from the first whistle to the final score. Every hit, every fall, every win, every loss, every team, every season, every body. We've got you covered.
When it comes to roller derby gear that is trusted worldwide, Spank Alley has been in the game since day one, and we're still leading the pack. Our armbands are the strongest, most trusted on the market, with 3 styles that stay put through every jam, hit and hustle. And guess what? Spank Alley jerseys are here. Ref, Pride and Team styles. Velcro friendly, high quality and custom made for every body type. Ready to level up? Hit us up on socials or head to spankalley.com to place your order. Because in roller derby, if you want to be the best, you better wear the best.
I'm Lily Gaskell. I rock the Life Advisor helmet in standard sizing liners in size large. I've always worn S1 helmets up until really recently, and I've started rocking the visor now because I've hit my nose and you don't know what's going to happen until it happens. And so the innovation of the protection of the visor has just been, I'm never going back. I'm always going to rock a visor now.
On track 3, more widely known as the Joker Floors track, on day 2 of the Roller Derby Cup, Roller Derby World Cup 2025 in Innsbruck, Austria. Did I get all the geographical and numerical information? No, I didn't, because I didn't tell you what teams it was.
Yep.
That is so my bad. But luckily, this is why it's on screen for you. We are going into the second half of Puerto Rico versus Poland. It has been a fantastic first half. It is one of those games where we look at the score, we're 132 for Puerto Rico, 46 for Poland, and you think, this must be kind of a doozy, right? Like, Poland are absolutely going for it. I am loving their energy.
Todo, están haciendo el trabajo y ya, van con todo.
And Poland have said on the kind of information they gave us in advance that what they want to be remembered for at this World Cup is their resilience and the smiles on their faces regardless of the score. And this is my favourite part of the World Cup, is that teams come here and it doesn't matter if they're obliterated into tiny smithereens. Not that that is happening here, but if it were, you can bet your bottom dollar that Poland would still come off track smiling, and I'm really into it. We have some stats for you from the first half from our incredible producer, Ian Maven. Do you want to talk us through some of the numbers?
Sí, lo voy a hacer. Tenemos unos datos sobre los jammers, los puntos de los jammers. Puerto Rico, 333, marcó 33 puntos.
Yes, those are the points. So I think basically what we can see from the stats that Maven has given us is that 3 of the Puerto Rico jammers have scored 32 points each, and then Sirachacha 33, who I believe had 100% lead status, has scored 37. So if that's not like sharing the load, I don't know what it is. Like, have they got a pact? They're like, right, you score 4, then I score 4, and then we're even. And then on Poland are running a 3 jammer rotation. We have Lunatic Lime as the high scorer with 21. Then we have Sneaker Freaker with 14 and Jolly Berry with 11. So, there's no what we would typically call, I suppose, standout jammers relative to their teams. They're all really, really doing very well at putting those points up. We've had, I think, 5 jammer penalties in total, though, from Puerto Rico and only 1 from Poland. 2 from Poland, sorry. Apparently I can't read numbers. Oh, yes, it's a B and a cross. Yep. That's why. So Puerto Rico will need to tone that intensity down a little bit for their jammers. They've had 3 cut tracks, a forearm and a low block, so a big sprinkling there.
Sí, pero también se van en la cárcel en la Suzuka Penalty Box por cutting. Así que no es una intensidad también, obviamente, pero no es una penalty ilegal sobre juego puro, digo.
I heard the phrase penalty illegal there, like an illegal penalty. Aren't all penalties illegal? Are there legal penalties? Has somebody not been telling me about my legal penalty rights? I am fuming.
Perdón.
I'm just radically misinterpreting Spanish there for my own agenda, aren't I? I'm not even sorry. We have Rican lining up against, I can't see who that is. Is it? Oh, Jolly Berry.
Jolly.
We have 1 in the box for Poland in the CC Mouthguards penalty box at the start of this jam. And Puerto Rico going into full tripod lockdown at the back as Rican picks up lead.
La jammer de Team Poland, que está reciclada por la 12-20 de Puerto Rico, está haciendo su trabajo bien atrás del pack. Muy compacto, este pack sí se mantiene. Están haciendo una formación en línea que parece funcionar porque todavía ya no pasó el jammer de Team Poland, mientras está haciendo su vuelta tranquilamente, ganando sus puntos.
Look at this 2-wall work from Puerto Rico. Great offense there from Hellstalk. And a nice take out there from Commander Cupcake on Jolly Berry. Freakin' Rican completing the second scoring pass. Jolly Berry yet to complete the initial, does so now.
Tenemos dos bloqueadores en la Shizuoka penalty box, uno de Team Puerto Rico, uno de Team Poland.
And here's where Poland are getting a little split apart. When they did some fantastic wall work in the kind of latter 10 minutes or so of the first half, and they you know, when you play that kind of classic derby with the tripod or two wall defensive structures, you statistically have more success, right? And I think that's what Puerto Rico have been able to do. The strength of the Puerto Rican two walls has been wonderful to watch. I really hope Poland can prioritize those defensive structures once again.
Puede pasar porque Puerto Rico sí entrena en Estados Unidos, yo creo, y también tienen esa formación de juego, como allá están haciendo un trabajo muy distinto que está haciendo, por ejemplo, en Europa o en Team Poland, por ejemplo. Y se ve mucho en el juego aquí hoy.
Some bad luck here for Sneaker Freaka, who is sitting in the CC Mouth Girls penalty box on a track cut. So we now have Sriracha on a power jam for Puerto Rico. And oh no, see, we've had this a couple of times now. Sriracha losing, I think, now her penalty-free streak. Maven will confirm that for me. So we've got a power jam swap. Yeah, that is Sriracha's first penalty. She probably just wanted to know what all the fuss was about in the CC Mouth Girls penalty box, because it has been busy.
No tienen tiempo de descansar mientras está pasando Sneaker Freaker por Team Poland. La defensa se está organizando del lado de Team Poland para ver qué están haciendo, si va a intentar una asistencia.
Great effort there by Team Poland to line up that power start. That power jam offense. You saw them lining up on the inside. The Apex worked partly, didn't have quite the follow through that was wanted. Sneaker Freaker now working her way through that pack, puts 4 up. Sriracha freed from penalty box.
3 nuevos puntos, 4, perdón, del lado de Team Poland. 50 Team Poland, 156 Team Puerto Rico. El pack está ya hecho. Se va volando el jammer y termina su jam.
160 Puerto Rico, 12 points. That feels like the biggest jam we've had in a little while. No, I'm lying. There was a 12-point jam immediately before. Listen, I'm wrong a lot. They keep hiring me for this stuff despite the fact they know I'm incorrect. It's not my fault people keep putting their faith in me. It felt like it though, okay? That's what I was going to say. I felt like it, even if it wasn't factually the case. But 52 points now for Team Poland, so really good showing there. They've beat their score from yesterday already.
Effie Bomber, Team Puerto Rico. Mientras el pivot de Team Poland se está regresando en la pista. Uy.
Lunatic Lime clearing the initial for Team Poland. Effie Bomber through for the first 4.
Effie que está terminando su jam antes que llegara el jammer de Team Poland. 4 nuevos puntos para Team Puerto Rico.
Yeah, Puerto Rico are a bit of a disadvantage heading into Jam 5, 2 in the CC Mouth Girls penalty box. I'd really love to see Poland do some thoughtful offense here to capitalise on that pack advantage.
Alineadas en ese WHG Jam Line tenemos a la 17, el 17 de Team Poland, Jolly Berry y Bessie por Team Puerto Rico.
Great tenacity there for Puerto Rico. You know, with 2 blockers down, they secure lead status for Bessie.
el Apex que sí funcionó.
It's very graceful for someone who's named for a cow. Have you ever seen a cow do an apex jump? Our producer Iron Maven just kind of mimed a cow hopping, which I wish was on film, quite frankly, the likes of which I'll never see again. Ollie Berry has taken off the star, is being recycled back into turn 2. Bessie with 8 points on the jam now, and a star pass.
Star pass por Team Polen. Oh no, ¿qué pasó? Oh wow.
Oh.
Le están gritando. Ya se va.
Now there at the end of that jam, there was a little bit of confusion because Hellstalk had taken the star, but was being called out of play by the IPR. Bitchpedia saying very clearly you are not the jammer. So So the penalty has gone to Jolly Berry. I am not an official. I can't remember if that would have been, was an incorrect start. Does an incorrect star pass warrant you, Maeve? Maeve officiates. Maeve knows things.
I imagine the reason the star pass was not complete is because a penalty had already been.
That makes loads more sense, and it's why we keep you with us. Thank you so much. Maeve has just kind of looked at me with a kind of pitying look in her eyes, as is correct, to say, I imagine, I'm going to quote her here, I imagine the reason that the star pass was incomplete was because Jolly Berry had already been given a penalty. And, really, Maeve, just spit at my feet for my lack of rules knowledge here, okay? It's entirely justified, that contempt in your voice. And I love you for it. In the meantime, Freakin' Rican on a power start for Puerto Rico is lead. And that has been 100% lead for Puerto Rico in this half.
Puerto Rico que está tomando sus puntos. Tuvo la ventaja de estar solito en la pista para tomar sus puntos. Uy, este Apex y 4 puntos más. Ya se están peleando duro allá en el pack.
Ooh, Freakin' Rican flying into the Polish pivot there, who now enables that recycle in turn 3. Jolly Berry pushing at the front. Again, these Puerto Rican 2-walls doing really well. Oh, we've got a jammer takeout from Freakin' Rican, but she goes, nah, do you know what? It's not worth the run back. I'm just going to take what I've done, and I'm going to be happy with what I did. I'm going to look at you on the floor, admire my handiwork, and carry on skating.
Ok, 187-52, Team Polen. Oh, tenemos un team timeout del lado de Team Polen.
And in this team timeout, we'd like to once again shout out Crash Course with a K. Helps busy roller derby athletes increase strength, endurance and agility, conquer self-doubt and create the habits of high performers to become all-stars and MVPs on the track and in life. Want to make 2-minute jams feel easy? Visit ChrissyCrash.com, that's Chrissy with a K, Crash with a K, to download the free off-skates roller derby training series. Life is a contact sport. Win! And we would also like to shout out at WFTDI, who are sponsoring all our jam lines this weekend across all 5 tracks. You start off every jam knowing you're covered with WFTDI insurance. WFTDI keeping you on track. You can check them out at www.wftdi.com.
Here we go again. Estamos de regreso en la WFTD Jam Line. Soy Ratchet Show, Sneaker Freaker. El interior, no, el exterior por Team Polen. El exterior por Team Polen.
That was wonderful work there from Team Poland, really using the movement of the pack to get Sneaker Freaker clear for lead. That is the first lead for Team Poland since Jam 11 in the first half. And I think that's the first time that Sidacica has not had lead status. What a result there in that jam for Team Poland, who picks up... Are there any points for Team Poland? No, just give I think there is. I think. There's 1 point going up for Team Poland. I was like, come on, give them the points. Dos points? Yes.
Dos puntos para Team Poland.
Listen, this is why apart from my woeful lack of rules knowledge, as Maven will tell you, this is the reason I'm not an official, because I'd just be like, oh, go on, they tried really hard. Can we just, give
me points?
Yeah, they passed the hips in spirit, you know, like.
Sí, lo puedo entender.
I'm really in favour of a version of roller derby that awards style points. I'd absolutely get no points in such a game, but boy oh boy would I enjoy watching it. We have our officials huddled in the middle there, so what a great time to shout them out. I will just run through their names very quickly, and these are NSOs and refs. So we have Agricola, Baconator, Bolito Sin Gluten, Chief, Math Murderer, Modine, Pascolo Bistro, Quick Grayson, Ray of Sunshine, Sinbin Queen, Styx, X-Ray Ted, Angie, Bitchopedia, Candy Striper, Captain Robius, Chumuela, Divide by Zero, Martin McFly, Maureen, and Slow Fox. I am blown away, right, by just the officiating this weekend, because we have 3 more crews than we did have at the 2018 World Cup. And you know, there was a time where I think particularly in Euro Derby, I don't know about you, but we were a little bit worried that over the last few years that officiating had not gone downhill. That's not the phrase, but like that we really maybe had lost some of our really experienced officials, but lots of them are still here, and more importantly, we've had new officials rise to the challenge, and now they're on the biggest stage in the freaking world for roller derby. And I think it is one of the most amazing things about the World Cup is how many officials have traveled and given up their time to be here. We love the officials.
Sí, creo que están como 250, algo así, en este torneo mundial, en la Copa Mundial, que es muchísimo, sí.
Now that we finished giving our love to our friends in black and in stripes, we have some action going on track.
Wow.
Effie Bomber has been given a blocking with the head penalty and is headed to the Sisu Mouthguard's penalty box, but she was lead. So Lunatic Lime, whilst now clear of the pack, is on a 2-minute jam, and it is a power jam currently to Team Poland. We have Pinkie Pie going in to throw some offense. Like, lovely work there by Pinkie Pie. Does hit the floor for her trouble, but worth it.
Lunatic Lam ya está pasando sus bloqueadores de Puerto Rico. Intentando poner a más puntos para Team Poland. Uy, eso era con contar con Pinkie Pie, la 15 de Team Poland, que ya hizo el trabajo de hacer un poquito de limpieza para su jammer. Uy, ya con fuerza, impacte. Eso es impactante.
So there's a phrase in English announcing which has basically been all but banned, which is the simile, like a hot knife through butter. We kind of groan when we hear it as announcers, but sometimes when stuff like that happens, it's like, what else is it comparable to? That was a not knife through butter, a hot knife through butter.
Yeah.
Put a hot knife in me, to be honest. I can't speak anymore. So 8-4 on the jam in favour of Effie Bomber. And that jam comes to an end. Boy, oh boy, that felt tough.
Creo que el último jam fue un poquito impactante para la defensa de Puerto Rico, porque estaban en el piso y tardaron un poquito de alimentarse. Así que creo que sí hubo un impacto fuerte de la 18 de Team Poland.
That is the highest scoring jam we've had from Poland this half. Maeve, when was the last time they scored that many points? In jam, the penultimate jam of the first half, 11 points. In that last jam, 8 points. So great showing there by Poland. Jolly Betty and Bessie wearing the stars for their respective teams. Poland hugging that inside line, trying to force Bessie to the infield of the apex. She resets. She tries the out. She finds it, but is taken back. So she is lead by a toe stop, but is going back into the straightaway.
La 800 de Team Poland, que está diciendo a sus bloqueadores de regresan atrás para dar más tiempo a su jammer de hacer de pasar sus bloqueadores.
Oh,
Uy.
lovely star pass there to Hellstalk. Who's just in a perfect pivot position there. You can't beat it. Bessie calls the jam, cut track at the end of that jam, going to a Team Poland block as they will start one light in the pack. Score sits 197 to Team Puerto Rico, 62 for Team Poland. Who's been standing out for you? Because I feel like we've shouted out so many players, but I'm just interested to know, is anyone really making the game for you right now? You don't have to have an opinion, but I wish to know if you do have one.
I will think about it. I will tell you later.
I love that. I wish more people would tell me that, to be honest. I have really been enjoying. Now I've forgotten who I was going to shout out. I feel like Hellstalk is an obvious one to shout out on Poland because she's taken some star passes. She's been really active in the pack. But someone who I don't think has perhaps got enough mentions on Team Puerto Rico is Black and Blue G for me. Like she, as a blocker, you don't always get the credit because it's harder to be it's harder to pick up if you're being flashy or really, really skilled as a blocker, especially when your team is so far ahead. But she's just been really well positioned, and I can tell from trackside that she's a great communicator as well. You've got an idea. You've got an opinion.
Sí, tengo mi opinión sobre eso. Primero, estoy muy de acuerdo contigo y también tengo en vista una persona que sí también hizo su juego. Es Commander Cupcake por Puerto Rico, que sí recicla muchísimo. Sí. Es alguien que le gusta comer, creo, cupcake. Alguien que decidió de un derby name con comida, es increíble, me encantó. Y por Team Poland te diré más a rato. 18, Team Poland 80 y 843, Jammer, Team Puerto Rico. Uy, este pack es muy, muy denso. Estamos viendo que ya nada está pasando. Todos están bloqueados, por así decirlo, y no, ya encontró una brecha. El jammer de Team Poland, mientras se está llenando esa Sisu War penalty box del lado de Team Poland.
And that's only the second lead status this half for Team Poland and Olympic Lime, but 3 points going to Puerto Rico there, just with the positioning of Team Poland at the back of the pack there. So smart points protection there from Team Puerto Rico. Takes them to an even 200. Poland at 62. We have a quarter of game clock left to go, and Sneaker Freaka is fired up. Look how happy she looks. It makes me happy.
Sí, están bailando en la pista, literalmente, pero eso ya no se tiene que ver mucho porque ya pasó por el exterior. Sirachicha, 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 Sirachicha.
Sirachicha. You just want to say her name multiple times, don't you? And why wouldn't you? It is a fun name to say.
Ese bloqueador de Team Poland me impresiona mucho. La número 800.
Catastrophe.
Sí,
yeah,
Catastrophe.
they've been fantastic.
Esa persona me parece increíble. Tiene una lectura de la pista del deporte, que está tomando nota, que está dirigiendo sus direcciones también a otros bloqueadores. Me parece algo muy interesante.
Now then. We had a star pass to the pivot on Team Poland, who just plopped herself down in the Sisu Mouthguards penalty box, did a kind of huff and put her hands on her hips, which is the most relatable thing I've ever seen happen when a pivot turns jammer and gets a penalty. I don't know what the penalty was for, but it is bad news.
Está un poco triste de estar en esa Sisu Guap penalty box. El jammer de Team Poland, sí. No quería que Team Puerto Rico empezara con un power start.
So I really hope that the pivot turn jammer takes, good. She was doing it as I was thinking it. I was really worried that she wasn't going to take the pivot cover off, and then she was going to take the star off and we'd have two pivots on track, but no, she's done it. It's fine. We've got a new jammer, and it's the person I mentioned. It's Black and Blue G for Team Puerto Rico. And she is lead with a power start. We've got a nice shot of the pack on your screen there. Flies into Gulsika from Poland.
Miren, eso se... Uy, nos gusta ver eso, ese encuentro entre los dos jammers.
That was a big old hit from Diakta, the jammer, pivot turn jammer, who did really well to complete that initial. No points though for Poland, 4 added to Puerto Rico's total, taking them to 216 at 262.
Estamos a 12 minutos de la segunda parte de este partido. Están un poco de confusión aquí en este WFTD Jamline. Uy, ya
That would be a
tiempo.
great derby name, Poco de Confusion. I'd love that. Bessie is lead for Team Puerto Rico, and we have Jolly Berry still in the pack behind a 3 wall. Bessie doing really well at working the lines as a jammer. She'll push a wall to the inside and then she'll juke really quickly to the out, and just the momentum of the opposition is not quite there. Ooh. Big hit there from Jolly Berry, on Jolly Berry, sorry, from
PR Nightmare,
who I think got an out of play block, so heads to the CC Mouthguards penalty box. Puerto Rico will start 1 down as we head into Jam 14.
220 por Puerto Rico, 62 por Team Poland.
Three points there picked up for Team Puerto Rico. Our lovely Jan ref, Maureen.
Oh, es la batalla de los freaking Rican sneaker freaker.
Freaky. I mean, I'm not going to call it the freak show because I feel like that's derogatory, but like collectively, I would love that.
Yep.
Sneaker Freaker picking up lead for Team Poland, and not on a power start. So that caught me a little bit by surprise.
Ooh.
Oh, that is power and control right there. Hits that inside line defensive structure.
Es la segunda vez, creo, que Sneaker Freaker tiene un lead.
This half, I think, yeah. Sneaker Freaker taken to the outside, calls it off before the Puerto Rican jammer can hit, but does pick up 8 points in total.
8 puntos
She's
más.
been outstanding, hasn't she, for Poland today? Really, really amazing work. We are starting with 1 apiece in the box, the CC Mouthguards penalty box.
Se están batallando de las manos en la WFTG Jamline. Chicharacha, Lunatic Climb. Otra vez, el picante.
El picante indeed. I do not need any more heat in my life. We're in the Roller Derby World Cup during a heat wave. I would like to be cold forever, please.
Yep.
No more spice, except for Sriracha, who is lead once again for Puerto Rico. Poland in a little bit of penalty trouble. 2 in the CC Mouthguards penalty box right now. And a star pass to our hero of the day, Hellstalk.
Un bloqueador de Team Poland todavía en la Shizuoka penalty box. Uy, se terminó este jam. Este jam que era número 15. Tenemos como 9 minutos en esta segunda parte. 2 bloqueadores de Team Poland están en la Shizuoka penalty box, así que vamos a empezar con una desventaja del lado de Team Poland. Eso va a beneficiar a Effie Bomber, que está alineada en la WFTD Jamline al lado de Jolly Berry. Uy, ya se están peleando directito de la WFTD Jamline.
Oh, yeah, Poland a little bit discombobulated with only 2 on track there. An easy quick lead for Effie Bomber.
Oh, abajito y ya sus puntos.
Yeah, I think Poland's a little too light on their feet in this jam. Really need to kind of hunker down at the back of the pack to catch Effie because she's so fast. There we go. Lovely control there at the front of the pack, albeit but did get a hit off Effie before she goes past for another
Sí,
4.
tiene mucha agilidad ese jammer de Team Puerto Rico. Está llegando a marcar otros puntos, mientras atrás todavía está batallando para sacarse del pack. Ya sacó con un Star Plus. No, demasiado tarde. 12 puntos para Puerto Rico en este jam. 239 a 70.
We have 7.5 minutes to go in game 47. How is this game 47? How is that much roller derby happened in the last?
Yep.
What I like, the scale of this tournament is beyond. It is the biggest World Cup ever. We have 14 more teams than we did at the Roller Derby World Cup in Manchester 7 years ago. I'm still not over it. I'm obsessed. I'm also obsessed with Bessie's shorts, which are lead. Well, she is lead. Her shorts are with her. But Sneaker Freaka is at the front. So both jammers out. Sneaker Freaka in an advantageous scoring position.
Yep.
But Poland hanging out at the back. Don't do that.
Oh. Si van más rápido, no tiene tiempo de llegar para intentar pasar. Bueno, es estrategia también, así que se decide en equipo.
It's what we called in English a potato jam. No points.
Yep.
This is, again, like, I really, really hope that people listening will not see this as criticism. I'm saying this as someone who loves the sport, who loves the strategy, who loves how teams make adaptations. I really hope that what Team Poland do, because they've said they wanted to come in to develop their gameplay and to develop Real Derby. I hope they really watch this footage back and look at things like points protection and how you can do that when you are out in front and things like that. And that is absolutely not a criticism. It is an observation. It is a hope I have for them that this will take their gameplay up a notch. Because they've already improved so much in just the space of a game. It's unbelievable work.
Yep. And yeah.
Lunatic Lime at the front of the pack has won to beat Freakin' Rican. Picks up the first 4 of the jam. But Freakin' Rican goes, no joy for Lunatic Lime. Calls the jam off. I'd like to give another quick shout out to, who am I going to shout out? Who has my favour? I mean, literally every single person on this sponsor sheet because they're amazing. I'm going to give a shout out to Double Threat Skates because they're cool.
Okay.
They're established in 2013. They're one of Europe's most trusted roller derby shops. They're owned by Kitty from London Roller Derby, and every single person who works in the shop plays roller derby. And I know that because they're my teammates.
Oh.
And they're awesome and they're super knowledgeable, and we are grateful to our sponsorships. Oh no!
¿Qué está pasando?
Bad luck for Sirachacha, who has a smile on her face but is headed to the Sisu Mouthguards penalty box. It is a power jam for Poland and Jolly Berry. And when I say Jolly Berry, I mean Hellstalk, because she's taken the star like an absolute trooper.
Así es. Esto que recibió al cubrecasco de...
So it's a 2-minute jam now.
Sí, yo creo que sí, porque ya está en la Sisugo penalty box.
Oh, some lovely work there by Poland in
va muy
pairs.
rápido.
Trapping those Puerto Rico blockers really well, like a 2-on-1 offense. That was really smart, considered offense from Team Poland. Lovely work.
Mientras la defensa de Team Poland ya estaba esperando a la salida de Chirachacha de la Sisugo penalty box para recepcionarla con fuerza. Pero ya está pasando. Mucha habilidad, mucha impacto.
What was that you said? Was it lo impacto or something? Like,
El impacto.
El impacto, thank you. Yeah, I'm waiting for your merch. Hellstalk at the back of the pack. Don't forget she has points. Sirachacha now with 4 of her own. But Hellbow has passed at least one Puerto Rican blocker. Can she outscore her in this jam?
Ya está afrontándose con la defensa otra vez de Team Poland. ¿La van a ayudar o no? Uy, un bloqueador menos del lado de Team Poland. Eso no va a ayudar mucho a Hellstalk. 2 minutos ya se acabaron en este jam. 4 nuevos puntos para Team Poland.
Oh, a
7.
tied jam.
Uy,
That is
7.
very pleasing on the overlay, I tell you. 77 for Poland at the end of that jam, and 250 for Puerto Rico.
Mira esa
no.
Sisugua penalty box. ¿Qué está pasando aquí? Está llenísima.
Oh no, bad times for Team Poland. Helbo is in the box as a jammer, and so are 2 of her friends.
Mire eso. No creo que tienen cubrecasco.
I think she might have it in her hand because I think she's assuming that she won't get lead and that she can pass it off straight away. Now here is where I think she did some blocking yesterday. I'd really like them to put Sneaker Freaker out as the pivot for this, given that they're 2 down, but it's totally legit to put your normal pivot out. I just think that would be a really interesting scenario.
Ok, eso se ve muy interesante.
So at the pivot line, as Effie Bomber takes off on the WFTDI jam line, makes quick work of the micro pack to pick up lead for Puerto Rico.
Eso, qué decepción de ver su equipo pelear y estar en la Sisugua penalty box sin poder hacer nada. Ya van a salir pronto, así que van a poder ayudarla. La van a intentar recepcionar y no, ya pasó Effie Bomber. 4 nuevos puntos para Team Puerto Rico.
So Hellstalk now completes the initial. Effie Bomber, by name and nature, absolutely making short work of that third scoring pass. We have just under 2 minutes left in game 47 here on the Joker Floors track. Just to give you a quick update on the other track we have in-house here, we have Team Taiwan and Team Latvia on the other track. They have just started period 2 and the score is 94-81. So we do encourage you to make the most of the money you've spent on the stream after this and switch right over to track number 4. To watch that game.
Este cubrecasco que voló directito en la cabeza de su pivot.
Right, penalty box, CC Mouthguard's penalty box, once again a very popular place. We have 3 in there, 1 for Poland, 2 for Puerto Rico. Sneaker Freaker and Bessie. This is a matchup we've not seen that often. They go, oh, come on! Absolutely I was about to say splendid and went into smashing, splashing. Splendid. Toe stop work there from Sneaker Freaker to pick up lead.
Sneaker Freaker aquí era el tercer jam de lead de Sneaker Freaker. 2 puntos más.
Yeah, 2 points added to Poland's total.
Queda un minuto de este partido. 262 Team Puerto Rico, 79 Team Poland. Están haciendo los besos, se están abrazando. ¿Qué está pasando? Todo bien.
Lunatic Lime now, and a quick lead for Freakin' Rican.
Freakin' Rican que pasa siempre muy rápido.
But do you know what? Lunatic Lime escaping pretty quickly was... Okay, that was confusing, I think.
No supo qué hacer, creo, porque...
Maven, why was that jam called?
It wasn't, it was the other track, I think.
But then they stopped.
Enough blockers stopped.
Yeah, so that was an unfortunate case, we think, of mistaken whistles, because the other track is playing and the quadruple whistle went, and I think that was taken here. The officials are operating with 2 different pitches of whistle, it must be said, but it's really hard to tell.
Vamos a tener un nuevo jam, creo.
Oh, this is exciting. We've got Yakta jamming for the first time, is in jamming actively. She has taken the star as a pivot, but she hasn't started as a jammer. So this is a great opportunity for her. We're in an official timeout. We have already shouted out our officials, so I would like very much to shout out 888. The deep cover helmet from 888 provides unmatched technology and fit options. Thank you, 888.
Cierra Chacha. Yakta, que tuvo ese lead por el interior. Está baleando, está muy contenta de tener ese lead.
And that's great work for Yakta, who absolutely slices through that pack. This is the last jam, and she is obsessed, as she should be. Whoa, big hit there on Spider from Puerto Rico. Yakta calls the jam.
Wow, eso fue un final increíble. ¿Qué jugadora sacaron de aquí? Team Poland, las 50. Yakta.
I wonder if Yakta went to her bench coach and went, go on, just let me do it, just let me do it, just let me jam, just let me jam. And he went, oh, okay, fine. And she was like, right, I'll prove it to you, boss.
Sí, se vio un poquito así, pero qué bonito que se pudo hacer aquí en la Copa Mundial contra Team Puerto Rico.
I am delighted for Poland. You know, they had a really tough game against Switzerland yesterday, and they had a really tough game against Puerto Rico today. Puerto Rico, of course, really well-deserving winners there, 268, Poland 85, but an even 6 points each on the last jam. What a way to finish this great matchup. Game 47 done and dusted. That is the final score. We do encourage you, as we said, to pop on over to track 4, where the current score is 110 to Team Taiwan and 91 to Team Latvia. So definitely one to watch. Thank you so much for joining us on the Roller Derby World Cup stream. I've been Loud and Queer.
Gracias, Loud and Queer.
Who have you been? Tell the audience who you are.
I am Mostashat.
And thank you so much to Iron Maven, our fabulous producer. We've had a great time. We hope you've had a great time. We will see you back on a stream very shortly. Ta-ra for now.